Hi, I'm Chipper and I'm the President of the Australian Parkour Association. Today we're making some videos with Frank on how to warm up for parkour and also what parkour actually is. Parkour is a training method that incorporates a method of movement and an idea or a philosophy that goes with that movement. It's an alternative way to stay fit. It's a bit different. You don't need the gym equipment, you don't need to pay memberships or anything like that. As long as you've got obstacles around you, you can use them. The social aspect is something that people really enjoy about it. Also, some people like the aesthetic of it. Alright, so with the warm-up for parkour, what we're trying to do is mobilise our joints and get ourselves flexible. So we're going to go through the warm-up for parkour now. To start off with, probably one of the first things you want to do is go for a bit of a jog. It doesn't need to be too long, but what we want to do is get the blood moving around the body. Once you've done that, then we want to focus on the mobilisation of all the joints and on the dynamic flexibility of all the muscles. So you can start off with something like the wrists and just taking them through their range of motion. So that's the idea behind the mobilisation, taking them through a range of motion. Things like the elbows and the knees, we tend to do that normally. We get a cup, we drink from it, we do a mobilisation here. Some other parts of our bodies we need to spend a bit more time on, like the shoulders. This is a mobilisation exercise, so turning them over. A lot of people can find this one actually quite difficult. Same with this one, actually holding your arms straight and shrugging your shoulders. Other things can be simple as squatting, hip rotations, or lunging side to side. We also want to focus on the dynamic flexibility. So basically that means just taking them through, once again, that range of motion. So for the arms, things like that. For the legs, it's especially important. So doing leg swings, starting off small, and progressively getting it higher and higher. Really gently and slowly. You don't want to pull anything. So what we're going to go through now is quadrupedal movement. This is one of the fundamental aspects of warming up for parkour. It helps build strength, endurance, as well as coordination between all the parts of the body. So what we're going to do here is get Amo to demonstrate. What you're going to see that she's doing is she's moving her left hand and her right leg, and then her right hand and her left leg. So we're alternating which parts of the body we're using. What this helps do is build those connections and be able to control both sides of your body, top and bottom, left and right, at the same time, all at once. So what we've been doing so far have been very generic exercises for warming up. Also what we want to do for the warm-up is some very specific exercises. One of those things is landing. So rather than just going up to the biggest jump we can find and jumping off there, we want to start off low and then spend a bit of time progressively working our way up in height. So to demonstrate, move up a bit further. We're not in any rush here. Just go a little further each time. Alright, another aspect of parkour in the warm-up is balance. A lot of the time when people come off, when they're balancing on something, it isn't because they're actually ready to fall off, it's because they think they're going to fall off, and so they just jump off anyway. Whereas you've got to train yourself to fight, to keep your balance, to stay on the bar, rather than just taking the easy option out and then jumping off. Which is, it's a fundamental aspect of parkour, is choosing the hard way. So if you're balancing along and you're going to lose your balance, you're not just going to step off and drop down to the side. You're going to do everything you can to stay close to the bar and on the bar. So what you do when you start to lose your balance, bend your knees, get down low, grab the bar, and drop off to the side like this.